Well, hopefully you can hear me, because if not, I would have to record this entire video again. Anyway, here we are, in the Stanley parable, recreated in Rec Room. Welcome to the company, Ultra Deluxe. Yeah, I could make a video on the actual Stanley parable, but I did not have enough cash to buy it. Oh no, we fell. Oh no. Okay, so we can start the game here. But first, wait, achievements? Oh yeah, achievements. Okay, here, the creators. Check these guys out. This dude, all these people. So, anyway, let's start the game. There's no real ending. Actually, there is technically, but, not really. Like, there's a bunch of different, there is, but, like, there's a bunch of different endings, so it's kind of, like, hard to tell. Anyway, we're beginning with the intro, so you can see it now. If you want to see any other game playthrough of any games, ask, and I'll see if I have them, or if it's a Rec Room game, I'll play them. Recommended height. I'm just about that. Wait, the PlayStation thing is just about that tall.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
how'd I do
employee
this?
number 427.
This is cool.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, now that the narrator is not talking for a little while, yeah, I'm gonna do the basic ending where you just follow all the orders, don't stray away from anything, just doing every single thing that the freaking narrator tells you is what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna try to get the most endings that I can remember, because I used to play this game a lot. Alright, you can pick up the phone here. Weird, can't hear it. Usually you'd hear like his wife talking.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, this time we're just gonna follow all the instructions. Next, we're gonna, like, do some random things. And, well, I don't know exactly. We're just gonna freaking, do whatever endings we get to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, yep, we're just following instructions this time. Huh, everyone's
Yet there
gone.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Every-
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, if you want to read this, pause right now. I'll wait. Okay, now you can read this, this. Slow down the video and rewind a little bit earlier if you did want to see that. Broom closet. I want to go in the broom closet. Let's be
Stanley
in the broom
stepped into the
closet.
broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, yeah, this time we're following orders, but next one eventually we'll just stay in there. There's no ending for it, but it's just kind of funny. Like he just believes that you're a different person.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I really want to go downstairs, but we have to listen to him to get the ending I'm trying to get right now. So first we'll just do this, and next we'll do literally the exact opposite of what he says the entire time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, so here we are. There is nothing back here. It's just kind of a little place for no reason. Elevator time. Here we go. I don't know how all this fit. Like how all this like giant stuff fit in a sub room. Like, cause ink is pretty restrictive in normal rec room, and this wasn't made with V2.
It was a stirring of emotion in his
It's
chest,
making me
as though
jump.
he felt more free
Stop
to
making
think
me
for
jump,
himself,
game.
to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, here are two different endings.
Stanley
Now we're
walked
just gonna
straight
listen
ahead
to
through
them
the
though.
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Now I really want to go down there, but that will be for later. This is just the basic ending time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, here we go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Should we go or should we try to jump out? We can't leave.
No.
We have to go this way.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Let's find out. Oof. The end is never the end. Where are we? I don't remember this part being part of the game. I don't think I've ever been here like this. I swear this wasn't in the game
But here
before.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
How? How do I dismantle the controls once and for all? Oh, I think I have to press the numbers in the correct order. So we got 1, 2, then we got 3 all the way back over here, like we saw. I believe 4 is up there and 5 is all the way back there. So hopefully this gets us the right ending. Because I have no clue how else to dismantle the controls. What is this?
And when at last...
I turned it off. Hopefully that was the right ending. Because I could not hear the narrator. We'll come back to that and turn on. Who knows? Is this the right ending? Are we just stuck here forever?
Darkness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Hopefully.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that
My
he had been
goodness.
seeking. But
I never got this ending
perhaps his
because
goal had not been to
like
understand,
this
but
room,
to let go.
this subroom never
No
existed.
longer would anyone
It's like they
tell him where to
added
go,
it, or like it just
what to
didn't
do,
work
or
before.
how to feel. Whatever life he
Is that my
lives,
house over
it
there?
will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
Man,
the immense
this is
possibility
insane.
of the new path
Hey,
before him.
is my mic
This was
working?
exactly the way,
Is my mic working?
right now, that
Oh
things were
crap.
meant to happen.
Wait,
And
I've been in a
Stanley
party.
was happy.
Wait, I'm gonna end the recording here and check over it. Wait. It should edit if it's... I'll edit it back if it's... Okay guys, yeah, turns out you could hear me. So that is a good thing. A very good thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this time we're gonna do the exact opposite of everything he says. There are a lot of endings here in this game, so I'm gonna try to get as many as possible. This time I'm just gonna do opposite of everything this dude says. Then we'll go to specific parts and do the opposite. Specific parts do not do the
When
opposite.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, we're doing the opposite this
This
time.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I did not want to go to the employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I would go there, but nah. That's a different ending. Or it can lead to a different ending. Depends. Okay, here. Let's go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I'm pretty sure we have to go
Maybe
there.
not.
For
I
a
realize
different
that
ending.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
Then we go
story
up
has
there?
been about nothing
Or no?
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Nah, I'm not
What?
neglecting anybody.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want
That
something
will lead
bad
to a
to happen
different
to
ending,
you?
and then that will also lead to a different ending. It has 2 endings, just from that one little place over there. But this time we're doing the exact opposite. Well, not really. We're just going against this guy. What could possibly be wrong in here? Okay, yeah, we've went from doing one ending to a different ending, and, well, it's just kind of how it works.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I should have ended the recording, the other one, because that was a pretty good recording, and now it's going to be slightly harder to upload it, but not really. You just got to upload one part of it to YouTube, because for some reason you can only have 3 minutes of footage and take it to put on the PS app.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah, we'll go through the red door another time.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Should I listen to him or not? Because this might be important.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
It's dark out here. Oh, this leads
You
to
see,
the other
there's
ending.
nothing here.
Or something.
I haven't
Right
even
now.
finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay, this time we're just gonna... Now there's not really anything but giving him criticism in this
There
part.
we go. A third
Oh, wait, no.
option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
How about I don't go in that room? This time I'm gonna listen to what he would have done before. What? How?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A
Nah, one.
1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Wait,
I
crap.
guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Crap, somebody's calling me. My cat's freaking drinking out of the toilet. Let's go, I'm online. Oh, let's go. This time I'm gonna go to the right door. Because right is always right.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm just gonna let him die.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the
Despite him.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems
I
like
like
it'll
pushing
work.
buttons.
Let's give it a shot.
I think he like starts Minecraft or something.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At
Ah,
last, the one
yeah,
thing you
Minecraft.
always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it
I still
ever
can't
be
jump.
enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Is he building it?
This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
Get me out of
It's
here.
complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and get yourself comfortable. Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Acknowledge that we can't jump. So you freaking mind everything. So we mined it out.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, I have not.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all, 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
oh man, I was exploring the cave. Man, I wanted to explore the cave. Oof. This video is probably gonna be over an hour long.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Oh,
This
Terry,
reminds me of a
curious.
Portal
Let's
escape
go
room
find out
game
what the hell
that I
this
never
is.
finished. Open the door, then. Oh, this. So, yeah, this is pretty much like Portal with the cube and crap.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you...
I don't think we were supposed to go down there, but we did. And even if we weren't, that would be good, because we're doing the exact opposite of what he says. Well, where were we? Oh, we're in an early version of the actual, like, working area. Oh crap, I fell. What is this? It's not talking. Oh, escape, 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 escape. I think it's escape. Oh hey, our office. What the? What are we supposed to do? Oh,
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if
I
he's
am.
learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. Yeah. That was that ending. Or at least I think that was the entire ending. Yeah, I believe this is the beginning. Oh wait, no, it's loading. Hopefully it doesn't take us to the dumb cheats room. Good, it's starting. But something's
All of his
off.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The entire place is off. Freedom? What? Okay, yeah, this is a completely different part of the ending, I guess.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, I will never listen to him.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh wait, no, I think this is the actual, like, story,
Yes, truly a
just
room
slightly
worth
different.
admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This time we're gonna listen to the narrator until
Yet
the
there was not
ending,
a single
and then we're
person
gonna
here
turn it
either.
on. We're gonna
Feeling
turn the
a
mind
wave of
control on
disbelief,
and see what
Stanley
happens.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So instead I'm
Stanley
gonna be in the
stepped into
broom
the broom
closet.
closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, yeah. I'm too lazy to actually do that.
There was nothing here.
Okay, let's get back to to the ending. Actually,
Coming
this
to a
time we're gonna go
staircase,
down
Stanley
instead
walked
of.
upstairs to his boss's office.
This time we're going downstairs instead of turning off the entire thing. I can only fit so many endings into one video. And then it would be a very long video, and these videos don't have editing. This ending, I love
But
this ending.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That actually makes sense because you don't even have feet in Rec Room.
To look pretty familiar.
But what sucks is the full body avatars make it not make any sense.
This is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
we're
he
always
imagined
floating.
himself soaring through space on a magical star.
See, we're always floating.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this
Why
was in
doesn't
fact
Stanley
a dream.
talk?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of the world outside this one.
I'm actually laying in my bed right now, so I do actually feel those
I'm
things.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Wait, holy crap, what if every single person's life was just a dream?
And my wife and my job.
I could just be some background character in one of you guys' dreams. One of you is having a dream right now. Pinch yourself so hard that you die
Everything will be fine.
to make sure it's not a dream. I do not disclose killing yourself by pinching yourself.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Dang.
This is the story
that a window?
of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered that the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know
look
what
at
is real
this.
and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
You're supposed to do it in first person, but it's funny to be in third
Then she
person.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, now we are going back to the beginning of the game. Now we're only going to be able to do a few more endings without this video dragging on for over an hour. Unless you guys watch those Switch videos. Big long playthroughs of games, instead of you actually playing the game.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I mean, this video isn't edited. This is literally just me playing the game. I didn't even play the game before, like right before this, to see what I would do. Not even scripted. If this was scripted, well, then why would it be scripted? How would I even script this? You can't really script a playthrough that much. Like, there is literally not even a tiny bit of editing. I don't even edit out the loading
When
screens.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? This time we're gonna actually do what I was saying. Turn on the mind control stuff. Or just go to the escape hallway once we get there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find it.
I'm just gonna keep walking, like speeding through this, because you guys have already seen this earlier. And I've already seen this a bunch, because I've played this game a while ago. It was really fun.
Coming to a staircase,
That's why I'm
Stanley
making a
walked
video on it.
upstairs to his boss's office.
In fact, I made a poll to see which game everybody wanted me to play. Now, as of the time me recording this, nobody's actually answered the poll. But if the Stanley Parable wins, I will upload this video early. And if it doesn't, I'll make another video, upload that, and then later upload this video. Okay, this time it's like...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What? I didn't know this was an ending. Or anything. I didn't know this happened. Well,
feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't alter anything in the story. Just because I did it slightly faster than usual. Wonder how they coded this room. Like, I can barely, like, code in Rec Room.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Crap, this is the freaking cheating room, where where it's like if you actually cheat in the real game, it'll send you to like, it's like a remake of that. So I'm just gonna join the game again and continue, so I can continue with the room without being a quote-unquote cheater, just for jumping out of the map accidentally. Kind of. Okay, well, let's continue. Hopefully it puts me back in the right place. Anyway, yeah. Why are you watching this? This is a pretty long video. I'm just assuming that there's already 14 minutes of just the first ending I did.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, so this time we're gonna turn on the mind control thing, and next time we're gonna go that way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Can't really rush this part.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Wait, where's the button? Oh, there it is.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on the screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where this mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
We're gonna wait for the narrator to talk in the ending and see what he wants us to do this time.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably. Okay, here we are.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he
Okay, yeah, somebody
would
came in the room.
dismantle the
Now,
controls once
it's time.
and for all.
Now it's time to dismantle these controls.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Well, he wanted us to turn it off, but we're actually turning it on this time. What will happen?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
30
Take a look at the
seconds.
clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Ooh. Now where are we? I never actually got that ending before. Dang. Just nothing. I'm gonna be sad that I blew up. I'm sad. Where am I looking? Okay, yeah, we're blown up, so. What? Well, that's gonna be it for the video, because this has already been long enough. Bye.